to help the world be a better place. That is why I do what I do.
He's an intruder, wrapped in a red cape. A god pretending to be one of us.
Superman!
You've gotten a lot of heat on social media lately.
I don't read that stuff. Superman doesn't have time for selfies.
So just got back from seeing Superman, and I have to say, I was highly impressed. Now, James Gunn has been under a lot of scrutiny on how a lot of DC hangs in the balance of how well this movie does. He came on a lot of scrutiny from leaving Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, and they also came with a lot of controversy for dropping Henry Cavill for this new, essentially, Superman. So, with his back against the wall and his first outing as the head of DC's division, how did he do in the first Superman movie? Knocked it out the fucking park. Love this fucking movie. Oh my god. I was blown away how good this movie was. And the thing that I loved about how James Gunn did this movie, he did it different than any other Superman before. In their time as a retelling, they do the whole how he's a kid, how he lands here on the planet, and how his parents raised him, and how they help him control his powers. No, this movie starts off 3 years in advance, where he's already as Superman, and he's essentially in this movie he's dealing with the grips of reality, obviously being a Kryptonian and being on Earth. But in this actually instance, he's dealing with two conflicting countries that are warring with one another, and he's actually trying to impede and stop that from happening. In just of Lex Luthor's character, played by Nicholas Hoult, who does an amazing job as Lex Luthor, who comes in and basically wants everyone in the world to hate Superman as much as he does, and he does everything in his power to get the world to turn on Superman because he's an alien and he's a threat. Superman must not only stop these two warring countries from fighting, but he also has to deal with Lex Luthor and the things that he is doing to his reputation as the quote-unquote Superman of this world. And he also has a nice little help from a couple of superheroes, Mr. Terrific, Guy Gardner, and Hawkgirl as well. Like I said, a lot of this movie that I loved about essentially was James Gunn let everyone shine in this movie. Now, not only did David, I think you pronounce his last name David Cornsweet or Cornsweat, something along those lines. Excuse me if I butchered his last name, but he does an amazing job, and I have to really give it to him. Like, I was very skeptical on how he would do, because Henry Cavill is that dude. Next to Christopher Reeves, Henry Cavill is going to always be the next best Superman. And so to fill his shoes, he was up against a rock and a hard place, and I have to say he knocked it out the park. Like, he was very charismatic, amazing job. But standalone, I have to give out to James Gunn. He let everyone shine in this movie. These three were one of my favorites part. Eddie, Nathan, and Isabella, who play obviously Hawkgirl, and Nathan Fillion played Guy Gardner, and Mr. Terrific. To me, Mr. Terrific, this man had that one of the standout scenes of the movie. It was a scene in the movie that they really let him shine. Like, and it really gives. I have to give a nod to James Gunn, who didn't make the movie only about Superman, but he also made it about the supporting cast, and he gave pretty much everyone their own individual shine in this movie. But I have to say, Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, oh my god, I hadn't seen a role this good since Gene Hackman in the 80s. Like, this man was seething. Like, you just hate it. And to me, that is a definition of a textbook great actor. If you can just, like, if I see him on the street, I'm gonna be like, man, fuck you. That's how good of a role that's how much you hated his character. But his character had that, I can't stand Superman because he thinks he's better than everyone, and he's a human. He's an alien, and he comes here to kind of take over. But he just simply hated Superman with a passion like I've never seen. He to me, he did damn near better job than the comic book cartoon animated I grew up watching, like how Lex Luthor hated Superman. This man couldn't stand him. But you also have to shout out Crypto up in this bad boy. Oh my God. He's like one of the other people that really stole the show. Like I said, that's the thing I loved about James Gunn's rendition of Superman. Everyone got to shine in this. Everyone had their own individual lane that they stood in, and like no one else impeded in that. So all in all, like I have to give this movie like I say a 9 out of 10. It's gonna make their money back. I think David is going to be the next Superman for at least 3 4 movies. Like if they keep it along this ride, I'm gonna be with them all day because love this movie. Drop those comments. Let me guys know what you think about this movie when you do go see it. Now for the Prime members, they get to see it tomorrow. I bought my ticket, but I'm probably gonna return it because I want to go see it later on again, probably next week. But I don't want to go tomorrow again. But drop those comments. Let me know what you guys think about it when you do go see this movie.